Yeah, I'm kind of shocked by this.
I just never.
I said, let me see.
Yeah,
let
that's
me
the
see.
thing.
Let me see me at the gym.
Oh no.
Oh, this is so good. Please show me for. Oh,
Why do I have 3 arms?
Okay.
Okay.
actually,
That's the back rooms. He's in the back rooms.
Okay, but it might be better now. In the new model.
Redo that again in the new model and let me know how that goes.
What is this?
I mean, they
That's
had
your
your
little
head
child.
front and center.
Are you being serious?
Is that
though?
a push-up? What's
What?
happening? Or did you fall
It's-
and need that extra hand to help you? Guys, welcome to Geared Up. Did I get that right?
You sure did.
This is Andrew's podcast. He's on punishment because we've been delayed 22 years
It's 8:15 right now.
because of his lateness this morning. Would you tell the people what happened this morning?
Listen,
too?
first of
Keep
all-
in mind, we are all in the same hotel, and we were in the lobby on
Except
time.
me.
Go. Except for Miles.
You know I'm a very punctual man. We all know this. I get places on time. I don't
That
play
is
around.
true. That's true.
Okay.
That's true. I'll give you that.
In fact, I'm so punctual. I order my Ubers from my hotel room
Mm-hmm.
because I know they give you a 10-minute grace period. I'm
Dang,
like,
it's 10?
even if it takes 10 minutes for me or 5 minutes for me to get downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, they'll be waiting for me when I stroll out the door. I go downstairs.
Yep.
Get downstairs maybe like 8:25.
Okay, so we're gone by
Yeah,
then?
we were.
7:25, he means.
Sorry, 7:25.
And we're gone by then.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, by like 1 minute.
Okay. But I'm
Okay.
thinking I'm about to stroll into a car. No, it's doing the thing where it's like re-finding you someone. I'm like, okay,
Must have
whatever.
5
They didn't
stars.
want to drive all the way over here. So I have another guy on the way.
Yeah. What happened to him?
You tell me, because he never showed up either.
What's your Uber rating?
That's what I'm saying.
4.8.
Not 5
Oh,
stars.
see.
That's not 5 stars, Andrew. You're a messy writer.
You know what? You saw how demanding I was about my video files here.
Yeah. You're like, pull over right here on the side of the street.
Immediately. Let me
So
out
case
now.
closed, Andrew's a horrible writer and no one wants to pick him up.
4.8.
Got it.
I'm
Two
glad.
is no
I'm
good.
glad we're here now.
That's not
Listen,
good.
we're
Yeah.
here now. Listen, we're here. It's WWDC 2026.
It is.
All right. First of all, we got a new guy right here.
We do.
Hey, everyone.
Rillo. Rillo's out here. He's been trying to act like he's been here the whole time, though.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
Been around,
Blending in.
we've been around the block. These
Yep.
one,
Very
the
relaxed.
1 mile loop. Yeah, I've
Wait,
seen
he's
it.
the only person that's already done a podcast, though.
I
As a
have. I was
newcomer.
here actually last night with Justine.
Wow, flex.
Yeah. You know,
On time.
I Justine. I don't know if you heard of her.
You were wait, Same Brain podcast?
I was Jenna last night.
You were-
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That
Yeah.
is.
Wow,
It was a
okay.
good time.
Okay, good,
But yeah,
good,
first
good.
time here. It's awesome. So cool to be here in person.
I want to know, what's your favorite part of like the experience of being at Apple Park?
Ooh. Okay. The food, really good actually.
It is
Yes,
really
it is.
good.
Yes, it
And
is.
also just like, this is very specific, but I like all the materials they used in this place. Like I'm walking down the stairwell, like, this is some nice stone. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You're just rubbing things
Yeah,
as
so
you
I
go.
feel like just the attention to detail.
Okay.
Like I've just been walking around appreciating everything.
Did you know the stone here, this is true, was like imported from Italy?
That's what I'm saying. Like I
That's a
don't doubt
fly
that at
it.
all.
He's Italian, he knew that.
Yeah, I could steal it. It's actually
See,
calling.
It felt like home.
Yeah, no.
It
for
felt
I
like
walked in here,
grandma.
I said, home. No, but it is cool to be here in person. Honestly, it's just like, I have a lot of friends here and stuff, so it's just fun to be here too.
Of course.
And be with the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Apple's good. You know what? One thing I want to say before we get into the news, I found something interesting this morning. Actually, thanks to Joe.
On your way here?
Thanks to Joe.
Okay.
You're welcome.
We all saw how Joe casually strolled into the staff food area, right?
She was hungry. You
I
were late.
know.
We couldn't get
I
breakfast.
understand.
Eating their breakfast.
I didn't know. I just walked. The door was
So
open.
confident.
The door
Eating
was
his fruit.
open.
Joe went right in. He's like, oh yeah, this is for me for sure.
But here's the thing. Apple refuses to give us anything with sugar in it. Unless you like trail mix, because it has a little raisin
Wait,
in
but
there.
we
Talk
have
about
our
the matcha
Swedish
cookies.
candy.
Yeah, what?
Right. We had to ask for the Swedish candy, though.
We are spoiled by that though.
But when you walk into the staff food room,
What's in there?
Oh, they did have candy.
every candy,
They did have
that
candy.
you would find in
Yeah.
every candy in every bodega on any corner of America.
Kit Kats.
You got the M&Ms, you got the Kit Kats in
Guys,
there.
it's 8 a.m.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah,
We're talking about eating
All
candy.
I'm saying
I
is-
appreciate the healthy food though. You know?
got the
No, no,
fruit.
I,
like
I
hard
do not
enough.
appreciate it. I just like the options.
My fault.
The
He
staff
said,
has
but
the
that's
options.
where it's stored.
No,
Right.
yeah, I
Good
get that.
stuff. Yeah.
I was having a conversation with a PR person yesterday. They were like, yeah, here at Apple Park, when you guys come, there's no sugar and there's no salt. And I was
Healthy,
like,
healthy,
okay.
healthy.
Keeping
You know,
us
And
at
then
our
they got us
best.
walking.
That's right.
10K
That's right.
steps a day.
Keeping us
We
on
make
our
the
best.
Apple Watch. We gotta make them healthy when they come.
Summer's coming, and we're trying to be skinty.
I don't
Okay,
know. I don't
okay.
know.
I'm not mad
Andrew
at
just
it.
Well, we're
wants
talking
sugar.
like in the podcast room because I got the place where we eat. They definitely got salty and sweet over there.
Miles like, I've been doing that the entire time.
Like I probably had like 4 cookies.
No, for sure.
Oh,
Miles knows where the snacks are.
Okay, you gotta show me.
Ask his pants yesterday.
Well,
They didn't make it.
Wow. All right, let's get into what happened here
Yesterday.
at WWDC.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
First of all, number one, orange badges. I love this.
I do.
Yeah.
I love this. Let's get to the news. We had a very interesting WWDC, I think, because typically, first of all, this only went like an hour and 15 minutes.
Smooth.
And it
quick.
usually goes closer to 2.
Yeah.
And that was because there was no rundown in order of platform. There was no iOS section and then Mac OS and then
Right.
here's what's coming to the iPad.
yeah.
It was kind of more, we're gonna tighten things up this year. We're gonna make things faster, we're gonna optimize things, we're gonna kind of focus on fixing the bugs that have been there. They kind of call it a Snow Leopard year. Were you guys around for Snow Leopard back in the day?
I was alive.
You were like,
Yeah.
I was 3 years old.
You said I was
on.
kicking?
Was here.
Were you running Snow Leopard at the time?
What
even
year,
know what that
what year
is?
would that have been?
Wow.
No, I'm asking genuinely.
Sorry, Andrew.
I
We're
want to say it
disappointing
was
you,
probably like
clearly.
15 years ago.
I had a MacBook Pro 2013. Was it?
First MacBook was the M1 Air.
Ooh,
Or a
I
Mac,
waited
a
till I
Mac,
got
I guess a
rid of
MacBook. It wasn't a Pro. Or-
I think you might have made the cut.
yeah, I feel like the Snow Leopard sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. So they had instead of California names, they used to have these big cats: panther, lion.
Okay.
So one year there was leopard,
Yep.
and then the next one was snow leopard, and it was the idea was kind of like we're making it kind of white as snow. We're kind of starting
Cleaning it
fresh.
up.
Yes, we're cleaning it up.
Got it.
So
Okay.
the big thing on stage was like, here's our next version, no new features. Now there were a couple new features because that'd be
Yeah.
ridiculous, but
Right.
the point was more like we're not going to hit you with 10 new like amazing new features this
Right.
year. The
Yeah.
feature is that everything is going to be so much better, so much faster, so much smoother.
Got it.
Things aren't going to be crashing as much, and that's kind of what we had yesterday.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi 80% faster, Vision Pro connecting to Wi-Fi 3 times faster.
Yeah.
AirDrop 80%
Yeah,
faster.
very excited
I'm on.
about
Come on, I
I
heard
want
that.
that.
I
Yeah.
perked up when I saw
Yeah,
that
me
one.
too.
So I'm just curious what you guys thought of just that in particular, like starting the keynote with a section that just told us how much faster or more optimized things we're going to get, as opposed to here's 10 new features coming.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me was that I literally got that random thing about Snow Leopard on my timeline.
Really?
Because I was like, what is it? No updates.
Yeah.
Right? And it was some other things. I feel like surprisingly there are a lot of updates with this update that obviously wasn't discussed in the presentation, because I'm like slowly going through things online
Okay.
and reading through articles, and there's quite a bit.
Even
Like,
using it, it's
yeah.
like things are popping up. I mean, obviously
yeah,
they can't
yeah.
cover
What you see?
everything,
What you see?
It's like little details, like somebody texts you a date, and now there's like a little add to calendar button in messages below it, or like the sending or like you know how that shows the bar when you send at the top, like now it's under the message. There's all these like little touches.
It's very interesting to see, like, of course, like anything with Apple's stuff going on from the presentation, is that it was all focused obviously on Siri and how it's been improved dramatically. But I feel like, as many other creators have been saying here, is that a lot of things we're not going to notice until we start running it.
Yeah.
And as soon as we start running it, we're going to notice all these little changes that are very like fine in detail,
Yes.
but will actually help your overall experience feel a lot newer, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and maybe it feels like the Snow Leopard update because last year Liquid Glass was such a huge overhaul,
Right.
was
and
here.
this year it almost does feel like an incremental maintenance cleanup on that. But I think that's a good thing. Like I don't think we needed another huge jump. You know?
Right. No,
Like,
I think we needed this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people were
particular,
asking
sure.
for it. They were
Right.
like,
Yeah,
I don't really
100%.
need any new features. I just want y'all to optimize what we currently
Fix
have.
stuff.
Make it
Yeah.
better.
Stop
yeah.
making me mad midday. Right?
I turned on myself off the betas. I said, I'm on the normal software now. Like,
I put the beta on my personal
and then I was like, I
phone.
thought I was on a beta at one point. So like, it's like,
Still-
random things
still
happen. It's
valid.
still
Right,
software.
right.
And I was like, maybe I wasn't crazy. Because then they said they fixed the things
Yeah.
that
Yeah, yeah.
the new update. So
How about you? You were good with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with it. I think my brain wanted things discussed differently in the presentation. Like, okay.
Sequential.
Yes, like I think for me, it made more sense to me when they broke it down like section by section.
Yeah.
And here's why. I thought the presentation was phenomenal, but it was very quick.
Yeah.
And then like going in and learning stuff afterwards, I'm like, this should have been front and center. Like, why didn't we talk more about this? Or like, why didn't we get more in detail on this? I'm sure they have a master plan. So it's like,
It's our job.
you know what I mean? It's our job to do it. Yeah. But I think usually when they break it down section by section, it helps us do our jobs better. Because like even when you walk away, you're like, okay, cool, I know what I'm hitting. You know what I mean? And I think this time, this was more like, we got all this stuff, go crazy. You know what I mean? So we have to do like research now, which is just different. Not bad, just different.
It is different.
Yeah.
It's different.
I think it was also weird is that this is the first year where it's like every OS is like literally the same stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And at first that was hard for me because this is my third WWDC, so I was waiting for like, oh, this is this one, this is that, this is this, and they usually build off of each other, being like, oh, what we showed here is also in here.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And I was like, is this in here? Because then they kept on going back and forth between the products, so I had to like take a second. I was like, okay, I believe it's in here.
It's just everything.
It's just everything
Everything's
has
everywhere, yeah.
And then once going through some, it is. It was
Yeah.
just completely different than what I feel like we're used to, especially
all.
going from iPhone events to this. It's usually like, this is the first product. All that stuff you saw, even better on this one that we're talking about now.
Right.
So just a different way of presenting, but not a bad way. And sometimes you do have to change stuff up. So I'm not mad at it. Just
I don't know there would have been enough to say if they broke out
Really?
each platform. Like, okay, let's talk about iPad OS. Like kind of what he said, everything is kind of similar. This is also 80% faster on Wi-Fi. Like, okay, we get it.
you feel like
right?
you're being repetitive.
Yeah.
Got it.
And there's not enough like huge tentpole features. Going back to liquid glass though, I thought so 2 years ago, we came here, except for Joe, and it was all about, cool, I'm just trying to be accurate.
You had no choice.
Wow, Joe wasn't
And
here.
it was all about,
super busy actually.
It's booked.
Driving the
busy.
Prius.
it was all,
Anyway, continue.
it was all about Apple Intelligence 2 years ago.
Yes.
I remember watching that.
From my room.
And they didn't show us anything, right? They showed us stuff on stage, or
Yeah.
not even on stage, in the video, and they did not show us any of it in person. They didn't say like, let me show you how it works, right? It was in the video, that's it. And 2 years later, those features still haven't shipped, right?
Yeah.
So then last year, it almost felt like liquid glass, as significant as it was kind of like a pivot. Like, hey, we don't have much to say about what we told you
Like,
last
look at
year.
this.
It's still not here. Here's something to kind of
People
look at
like
liquid glass,
visuals.
everybody.
And also very pretty.
Oh, for sure.
Very great way of doing
Some people
that.
don't like. I like.
That's
it.
what I was gonna say.
I like
nicely
it.
done.
Yesterday,
glass.
they kind of walked back liquid glass
Oh, yeah.
a bit.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Because now it's like, if you don't want glass at all, just turn that slider all the way
Said-
to the
Yeah.
right,
Yep.
and you got, it's frosted.
Which was needed because there were a lot of
Yeah.
like, weird
Yes.
overlapping interfaces
Yeah.
that made it kind of cluttered.
So it was a good fix.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I immediately went in on my beta and turned it all the way to the left. To make
Clear.
it as much clear as possible.
He said, "I love glass.
See, it's
Blown
making so I can't
glass.
see anything.
I like to see the refraction."
That's the thing. It's like some people. I mean, I understand that if you have text on a display, it should be legible at all. I mean, that should be the default, right?
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
text visible, it should be legible.
Yes.
But I also understand some people I just like the design and the fun aspect of it. I don't mind like swiping a little more to see that text that's under there. It's fine with me. Just give me cool features.
But let's be honest, it was such a major visual change.
Yes, it was.
People don't like change when it's so
Right.
drastic randomly.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like when I feel when we went to the ability to be able to move apps anywhere, like obviously on other platforms you can always do that.
Yes.
It's not a new thing, but everybody's like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
Like this is so
Gives someone
different.
many options. Yeah.
And I feel like that was a very much like rather than like progressively like loading it, if it was like with widgets when that first came out, then they added the other thing, stacked widgets and all this stuff. And this one was just like bam.
Yeah.
And then people were like, okay, this is really different.
A little different.
This is I forgot which iOS went to like that flat like 7. Yeah, it was iOS 7. It was like it's a big change, and now it's even more stuff which was more like just things happening than iOS 7, but similar. That it's too different. And
Yeah.
now people are gonna like it's gonna be like 2 years about. I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, since you all laughed at me, where are you placing your sliders?
I think like
Default.
default,
Yeah, like, I'm
default
for
are
sure
like
default.
70%.
70%. You're moving it up.
I'm moving it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't really
I
mind.
don't know. I didn't know you were gonna go all clear
I'm going
like
clear.
that.
Like, give me all the refractions.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's. I mean, this is
I don't
the
wanna see
reason
it.
they.
I want those
This is
rainbows
the reason
playing
that
out.
they made that.
Exactly.
picture.
Yeah, no, for
That's
sure.
true.
So
That's
you know,
true.
good
That also
implementation.
brings up the point, which is so crazy, is that 6 years ago,
Yep.
I feel like Apple was not very much like you customize everything you want, things like that. And like now, it's like you can customize the Siri voice, you can change all of that.
I like that,
We can
by the
change,
way.
Yeah, like we have app tints, now we have the thing you could change, the translucency and all that with liquid glass. I'm like, this is becoming so detailed on how much you can change in this whole OS. It's just like so different. It's just,
Yeah.
I really like it.
I like
Oh,
it.
I'm a huge,
I like
huge
it.
fan. I mean, more customization is.
I always love that.
Yeah, give me the option. Give me the option to personalize my device to my own liking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I do understand who said it, like the analysis paralysis. Is
Yes.
that what it's called? When it's like you have too
It
many
is.
options. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to jump ahead, but when they were like, you can just ask for whatever shortcut
No,
you
I
want.
love that. Are you
Oh my
kidding me?
God.
It's
But,
like
but then I
drooling
went
at the mouth.
But then I went to the thing and they were like, have at it. And I'm like,
What do I say?
I don't know what I wanted to ask this thing.
Every chatbot when I use it.
Like, what do I say?
It's like, sir, you asked that already.
Like, can you turn my phone on? Like, I don't
For
even
me,
know what
please?
to say.
But I do that. The describing shortcuts thing is a huge.
Sick.
Like shortcuts are so intimidating and
Yes.
they take so much
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
And even just like the ability, I was saying this yesterday, but like I have this shortcut that like shows me every photo that I've ever taken on a single day throughout the years.
I need to turn
and
that
then
on.
And then I clean up my photo
Yep.
roll, one day at a time. And it breaks because it's like built on previous versions or like some people's phones are on one iOS and then other people on another, and it's like it's hard for me to link that to someone. Now you could just go type that prompt in.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Now
will
I'm
be
gonna
still in there, by the way.
So
Just say it.
God.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say with shortcuts, I was like, hopefully they give suggestions. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they had them on that.
You got the whole gallery.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm just saying, like, if you typed in someone that's like, hey, since you made this one, would you kind of want to make this one that's similar in a
Oh,
sense?
interesting.
That's like gives you those like things. Is like honestly, when you said that, that's literally me with every
Like you can
single
build on
thing.
top of them
I
like the
did
whole
a similar
ecosystem.
shortcut. I just made one.
No, I mean like.
I don't want another
Why didn't
one.
it be the same
You
thing?
never know. Sometimes it's like this might be a better version of what you made.
Yeah.
Like helpful
Or like how to
suggestions.
improve the shortcut.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I see what you're
got
saying.
you. Let's
Or
optimize
like
this.
over
Yes.
time, maybe if a new iOS version comes, hey, we have this new feature. Do you want to add it to this shortcut to like things that you wouldn't think about?
Yeah,
But
that'd
of
be
course, the
nice.
phone would know.
Well, and
I
I do
love
think we'll
that.
see like when like prompting first came out with chatbots, like everyone was like, try this prompt or whatever. I feel like we're gonna see the exact same.
Oh,
thing
yeah.
You have to.
shortcuts. So
Is
I
that-
would like to do 5 shortcuts. I'm gonna steal one of yours.
you can do that.
4 for my
I
brain.
need you to send me that shortcut.
Yeah. I'll
No,
send
it's
it to
so
you.
good. That makes so much sense.
I might also remake that for the record.
Yeah, and I mean, it
but
is
you can
your
have-
shortcut,
hey,
so you please go
Firm
first.
handshakes. You can have. Pass
Hey,
it.
you guys still waitlisted on this though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Okay. I didn't know if I was the only one. Okay, great.
You feel better about that
It's
now?
been 12 hours.
Andrew's like,
Some people are like, man, I had to wait 3 hours. Like, so many people got
You're
here.
like, Andrew's waking up taking his phone.
We're on Apple's Wi-Fi. Let us in.
That's how it works.
That is absolutely.
Listen,
how-
so
IP address.
I thought, as a parent, I
Yeah.
thought it was interesting that we spent
You know,
half
say a
an
long
hour
time.
Pretty decent
on
amount.
parental controls.
Yeah.
But as a parent, now, you know I keep saying that. Apple talks in a way sometimes where it feels like, the uncanny valley of how you look at someone that's like a video game character that's almost like a human being, but not quite. So it feels kind of weird. Apple has that, but with how they speak sometimes. Because they use the phrase as a parent, I think 9 times.
And as parents ourselves,
As parents,
but as parents,
Like they would,
Leaning into
one
it.
person said it like so many times during their small little segment. I was just like, what is going on? But as a parent, we really care. I think it's great.
Yep.
Parental controls are great. Allowing your kids to kind of grow into their devices in a safe way is great. But I also feel strategically, most kids in the United States who have smartphones have iPhones.
Yep.
And people that grow up with something when they become an adult typically stick with
Right.
that thing they have.
Right.
Allowing parents to feel comfortable with the technology they're going to give to their children is also a smart way
to get in their hands.
to get iPhone
Yeah.
users
Yeah.
as they grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I mean, it's obviously one strategy is like buy your kid an iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think that like they're solving a problem at the same time. So
Big problem.
I think you can look at it from like both lenses, and I don't think it's necessarily
I think the great thing, right,
yeah.
is that if Apple does it, people will follow.
True.
Yeah.
So if
happens.
one major company does it, I mean, I think the great thing, we see it from vice versa, from the Google camp to Apple camps, like the car crash detection. It's like someone does it, they're gonna add it. Like Google added that, Apple added it. I said, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like
Copy
that.
it.
If you have child protection features that inherently keep people safer online,
Yeah.
that means someone else is gonna copy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this case, that's a good thing.
It's a great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great
Absolutely.
thing. Yeah.
So I'm glad they talked about it because I feel like it's been a really sticky topic
It
right now,
has.
especially with social media companies. And it's like, we're doing our most. It's like, are we?
No.
Yeah.
Like, probably not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And we're seeing from many other countries, like they're saying at a certain age, you're not going to be able to have social media, right? So I think the great thing is that it's a topic that's being talked about at a large event to make it very well known that, hey, we are taking steps.
Yeah.
And that means everybody else, y'all better get up to this plate, like get up to the plate.
Yeah.
Right. Or you're
Yeah.
gonna get left behind.
You get left
It
behind.
is important.
yeah, I agree.
You guys have children?
No.
No children.
I
know
do.
you have a child.
I have a 42-year-old, 10-year-old. He's great. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do have a kid. He does have an iPad, and I do be tightening them reins on there. You know what I mean? I'm a real strict mother.
Okay.
Do I look like it?
You don't.
No, I'm a hot mom. No, I'm kidding. But I am a strict mom.
I believe it. I believe it.
You believe
I believe you run a
So-
tight ship.
Yeah, I run a tight ship.
There you go.
Yeah.
So-
Strict program.
So my son's an adult, so this doesn't really,
So you don't get to
matter
run a
anymore.
strict
Right,
program,
right.
yeah.
But so I'm curious,
Yeah.
like as
A
the
parent.
parent of someone who was like right in the target
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
these announcements, what kind of stuck out to you? What were you? Was there a moment where you were watching, you're like, oh, finally, or thank God I can do this now, or whatever?
No, I kind of felt like that about all of it. I think because I feel like they did a really good job of like making something better. Like, okay, we already had like screen time, but then they had like the little app allowance situation. And it's like now you can see how much time your kid's spending on each app. That is cool. That's something that I think most parents would want to know, especially like young kids. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing on this tablet?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not around and I've got all these things like, because let's be clear, kids are very smart.
Oh,
My
absolutely.
son loves a good loophole. He can't wait until I do something. He's like, she didn't think about this. I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just nice to be able to like look a little bit deeper.
It's
And
like ask for forgiveness.
no,
not permission.
literally. He's
Once
like,
you find
oh,
out.
well, you know, but you didn't say, you know. So I just feel like all the improvements are good improvements, and I'm looking forward to, you know, tightening the rein a little bit more.
A little more, a little more.
He
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
watched this yesterday and was like, boo,
Oh,
tomatoes.
wow.
Right? But me, I'm like, let's go.
But it also lets you loosen the reins a little bit too. Like right now, it's just like, here's how much time you have. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with the new features, it's like, hey, you know what? It's Saturday. Go ahead and watch movies.
And I'm like,
Go
get
ahead.
on that PBS, man.
Right. But you
More
still,
time on that.
But you still don't get more time on social media.
Right,
But
yeah.
you can have
he
more
does
time.
not
to
have
watch-
social media.
Ooh, that's good.
That would
What-
be insane.
Yeah.
No.
Do you have a plan for social media allowance, like 12?
No, and
15?
it's so stressful because I work on social media.
Right. Oh,
And
I
so
know.
when I talk about it, I'm like, no, you can't have it. He's like, but you do it all day. And I'm like, well, I'm an adult, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Right.
You know?
But I think, here's the thing. Have you guys heard, like, famously, like, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, like, didn't let their kids, like,
I believe that.
like, because I work on social media,
I know, yeah.
why you shouldn't be on
Yeah.
social
100%.
media. I know
Yeah.
better than most why
Yeah.
you should not be allowed to have
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes I don't want to be on it. We just like have to.
and you literally work on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I tell people, like, you see me publishing on TikTok all the time. TikTok isn't even in my top 10 screen time apps. Like, I go to
You're like,
TikTok, I
let's
open
go.
it,
Not related.
I post,
That's number one.
I post and I'm gone.
Mouse
Like,
said that's where all my time is spent.
Nah,
actually.
man, I'm not, you're gonna catch
I'm
me
investigating.
scrolling.
Right.
You're catching me doom scrolling.
Research.
No.
Research.
No.
That's like a lot of like dedication, commitment that you can like just go posting and that's it.
I post and I'm gone.
You say that, but then on Threads, you be scrolling that.
That's different.
Yeah, no,
I will be on
social media.
Everyone has their vice.
Right, I will be on Threads, and my vice is YouTube. Like I watch
Okay,
so
fair.
much YouTube.
Yeah.
Research.
Yeah.
My TV is like in the evenings when like most people are watching shows, I'm just watching YouTube for hours every day.
And Apple TV. You love Apple TV.
I love Apple.
You seen Widow's Bay, by the way?
Oh my God.
Okay, I don't want to get into the woods because I know it's not part of it, but
No,
oh
just
my
let
gosh.
these people know, like whatever camera, Widow's Bay.
So good. Oh, mine's
good?
here. So
haven't watched
good.
Oh, Miles, come on.
I'm keeping up. I've been watching.
You haven't
I
seen
will
it?
say this is kind of a fun fact. Cape Fear, which either just came
I
out or is
love
coming
the
out.
old
out.
movie.
They shot it all in the neighborhood by where I live.
Really?
So I would walk by every day and they were producing it.
That's so,
and
did
then
you
I
get
watched
any
the-
video footage?
Yeah, I have like
Perfect,
behind
Joe.
the scenes stuff. And then like when
Amazing.
I watched the trailer for it, I was like, I know exactly what house that is.
That's
That's
crazy.
It
wild.
was so cool.
I love the old movie. I was really scared of it actually for a
Oh,
long
really?
time.
So
Yeah.
is it a horror?
I don't know that I
Was
would. I was a child, so yes,
okay.
to me it was
Everything was
horrifying.
I don't like scary
Yeah,
movies.
but I can't wait to watch the new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the big stuff.
Yep. Let's do it.
Apple Intelligence, Siri AI.
Siri AI.
Most interesting to me out of everything, because most of what we saw yesterday was kind of like a redo of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So during the keynote, they mentioned how they use Gemini to kind of power this, right?
Right.
Did you guys go to the post-keynote discussion with
I
Greg
wish.
Federighi?
I wish I saw videos.
Okay.
Give us the
I was like,
tea,
what
though.
was this?
Yeah. First of all, it was highly technical. Like
It
so
was.
much of it was above my head. They were like, "Let me show you the behind the scenes of how Siri works." And they're like, "We have this orchestrator layer, and we have." There was like 15 layers, right?
in the woods,
But
man.
the main thing was they were like, "Now let us show you where Gemini plays into all this." And the next slide was everything was gone, and they were like, "Nothing. There's no Google search. There's no Google code. There's no Google Assistant. There's no blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
Where Gemini plays into this is Apple has their own models that they use Gemini to distill and create.
It reaches out and contacts one of Google's excellent suite of Gemini models. This could be Gemini Flash Lite, Gemini Flash, Gemini Pro, or the Gemini image models. And then, of course, when it comes to grounding these things in world knowledge, they'd reach out to the Google search service. So then when it comes to our system, well, we use none of those things, okay? So of course, we don't have the Gemini app as our app. In fact, none of that client code is part of how we run an iOS. For these models, we use none of the models that Google deploys to their customers, nor do we use the infrastructure and means by which they deploy models to their customers. And then when it comes to the knowledge base, we, of course, don't use Google search or anything like that as the foundation of our system. So hope that's clear. This is the amount of the Google Assistant we use, which is none. So let's talk about what we do use.
So they're not taking Gemini and putting it behind the scenes of Siri. They have their own model
Right.
that like Gemini helped them make it.
Interesting.
That's what I was kind of getting the idea from.
And I'm like really dumbing this down again because it was
Yeah.
like again highly
Yeah,
technical.
Yeah.
But when people are like, "Oh, Apple's just putting Gemini on the iPhone,"
You're like,
that's not it
"Nope."
at all. Even when it does a web search, it's not using Google to search. Apple has actually built their own search engine. They kept
Yes.
saying broad
It's
world knowledge.
Yeah, world knowledge or something.
engine.
Oh yeah. I
But-
did hear that a few times.
That's actually Apple powered. So Apple's the one doing the web search and bringing you the results. So it's not. I think we're going to see a lot of people if we went on TikTok right now probably. Gemini is finally no.
It's
not
not.
it.
Yeah.
It's not it. But talking about Apple Intelligence, all that stuff. What were you most impressed by yesterday? Like, what did you see that made you feel? Was there anything that made you feel excited to use it?
I'm definitely excited about it being able to quickly look through multiple apps for information. Like I'm one of those people that saves every single text message. I
Yep.
don't know why, I just have the storage, so like why not? So I have like 850,000 texts. But it's like the other day I had to make pancakes and I have like this PDF somewhere in my texts and it takes me like 20 minutes every single time to find it because I'm just searching for it,
Yep.
whatever. But just being able to ask for stuff like that now and not have to worry about it, like that little stuff, I'm actually really excited about.
You should send me that
Yeah, it's a great pancake.
because then I can. Hey Siri, what was that recipe Joe
pancake.
sent me?
Yes,
It'll surface it.
Yeah,
I'll send it to
that's
you.
true.
Use the buttermilk. Great.
Okay. Okay.
What I really liked was that you don't actually, like for Apple Intelligence, you don't have to like do the screenshot to search or like ask what's on your screen.
Yes.
Like to me, I love that because I always hated that friction of having to do it, except that I never used it. So now I could be like, hey, where's this thing from this part? And I can ask questions about what I'm looking at. And I like that now they like quick toggle, you just go like straight from the top. It's such a satisfying
On
thing.
the iPad especially.
Yeah, oh yeah, the little gloop.
Yeah, the iPad.
I like that. It feels nice. It feels like what it should have been for years.
Yeah.
So you feel like this kind of modernizes things.
It brings it up to the standard of what I'm used to with other platforms. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing, is that I've gotten used to using devices, that ability to go in contextually aware of other things. And I go back to using Siri, like at the time where it's not this new one, I'm like, gonna do this, is like, who are you?
So what do you use regularly that does that? Like where you miss it when you go to an Apple device?
Where I miss it? So the big thing is that's pulling it from my email and everything like that. And I could be like, hey, can you see what I have in my email, pull that, put it into my calendar. Like that's amazing stuff, especially with timelines that we all have.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, hey, can you look through my calendar for the week?
Right.
It's like, what are the things that are happening right now? I need you to put in my calendar. Couldn't really do that
Can't do it.
before.
Yeah.
And the great thing is that with Siri, I guess this time it's not on one account. It's your whole phone.
I like
Yeah.
that.
And that's the only thing I didn't like about other devices that have, is that it's only on that account. So if
Yeah.
you have your business email and your personal one, it's not pulling from all, it's
Yeah.
pulling from your business.
Right.
If you're running it on your business account. So like with this one, it feels like it's coming back to the standard what I'm used to, but then it's also kind of expanding it because it has more access, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope people, like app developers, do enable the ability
Yeah.
for Siri to be used with their app. Because right now the way it works is it'll work natively with like Apple's apps, but then all of these developers now have to enable the ability for Siri to talk
Yep.
to it. So it's like if you have WhatsApp messages or whatever,
Right.
It won't be able to actually pull from that unless,
That'd be
they allow
crazy.
it.
If like, why wouldn't you? Why
Well,
wouldn't
yeah,
you allow
yeah,
it?
I
No,
don't
literally,
see
but-
why, but you know, it does. These are things that take a little bit of time
Yeah.
to roll out. So
I think this one is literally just a toggle. Like, do you allow the
Just
data
because
to be
make it
included
simple.
in personal
Right.
context?
You know
Like,
what I mean?
turn that on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it simple.
Turn that on. Stop playing.
Yeah.
For me, what was most impressive, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I know how I feel about it. I like it, but I know the masses.
Isn't going to?
I'm talking about image editing.
I
and
knew
AI.
you were about to say that,
Okay.
yeah.
It's been interesting
Yeah.
online
Listen,
so
Yeah.
far.
listen.
Yep.
We got a better cleanup.
Yeah,
Let-
which is
let-
nice.
let's
well
admit it.
overdue.
Drastically needed.
Yes,
Cleanup
that
was-
first cleanup was no good.
Yeah.
It needed to be cleaned
Well,
up. a
it
little
was
bit.
it was what it was, right? Like,
Period.
so what Apple would tell me is, you remember when that time period where people would like cover their face with something and then
Yeah.
they would use like
Yes.
Gemini and Apple, and
Yeah.
Apple would just like destroy your face, and Gemini
Yeah.
would give you a perfect, even though it doesn't look like you, it would
Yep.
it would create a face.
George.
And I would ask Apple, and they were like, well, cleanup is really for like cleaning things up in the background that are distractions, not for like generating a whole new person.
Fair
that's
enough.
that's not Apple.
And it's on device.
But then
But now,
2 years later, I saw someone did it yesterday, and they were like, Apple created a perfect face.
Yeah.
they said it is now.
Right, it is now.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can manipulate images in this way because people could do this before. You just needed to know how to do it in
Yeah,
Photoshop,
yeah.
right? You just needed a skill that most people didn't have. But I feel like democratizing things like that and allowing anyone to do something that only skilled people could do previously, I feel like that's a good thing.
I think for touch up and reframe, or sorry, for touch up and expand, yes. The reframing thing is almost entirely new.
Spatial reframe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen another company do
Yeah, I haven't
that.
seen spatial
Which
reframe.
I have mixed thoughts on it. Like I think
Same.
on one hand, I think it's really cool. And
Yeah.
I could see myself like slightly tilting like a camera down or something like that.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
the other hand, I almost like worry about reframing a photo and then years later looking back on that and like not knowing what's real or isn't anymore for a memory. If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It does make
Which
sense.
is just this whole like AI
And-
image world we're living in.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. I mean, I feel like more and more lately, even though they have the metadata in these photos, I'm like, I need a watermark for people that won't actually know that this is not real.
Yeah.
And especially if you just quickly look at it. And I'm like,
You just crop the watermark though. Like,
but
That's
it's,
true.
But
It
I
does-
know
that
it's
does
that,
happen.
but it's
Yeah.
that's you still have
It's
the
the
metadata,
effort.
though. But at least have something there.
Yeah.
Especially because in your case, as you're saying, it's like
I can't.
so
I don't
sometimes you
remember.
just what else you don't have a device that can recognize it, or like somehow it's like multiple screen, a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
we don't have other people that have done the spatial reframe, but like one thing Samsung will bring us in and they'll be like, listen, see this guy jumping up to make a dunk on this hoop? We could just hit edit and make him
Way high.
3 feet high.
Way high.
And like change the
No,
like
literally.
the sky a little bit real quick and put a puddle under here to make like and then hit save and look, you got a whole new picture. Like we've seen like I feel like
the extreme.
manipulation.
yes,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you compare to what else is out there, the reframe is kind of subtle.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I
for
definitely
sure.
think.
But have y'all used those things before? I don't use that.
Well, but
I
have
use that
you
as a
wished
sampling.
you had something like that?
Like,
Because
that's it.
for expand, is that what
Oh,
it's
I love
called?
expand.
I
It's
think
like that
expand.
to me. Have we used it? I've tried on certain platforms and it's not the best.
Okay.
It looks really good on Apple though. Like
Yeah.
at least the demos they showed us, and it's
See
like
real world.
sometimes it's nice to have those things because sometimes you're shooting and you're not thinking about what you're gonna use it for necessarily. And so it's like, maybe I'm shooting a photo and I'm like, ooh, I really need this for a thumbnail though. Like I need more room.
Yeah.
And like, I like that you can have that on device
Yeah.
essentially.
I do really
You know
like
what I mean?
Expand.
So it's like, it's nice. Some of them,
Especially with the iPhone Air.
yeah, it's like, it can get tricky
Yeah.
with the AI generation stuff. So you do have to be careful and like really understand how you're using tools so you're not misusing things. But I do feel like, especially for creatives, it is helpful. Because even like the reframe, it's like, are you gonna be reframing every photo? No. But sometimes you take a photo and it eats and you're like, dang, I wish I would have just centered it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'll come in handy for things like that.
I do think they did a better job of like preserving some of the like natural aspects
Yeah,
of photography
yeah.
with it versus like being able to put a
Yes.
dragon next to me. you know?
Exactly.
And
That's
I
what
do,
I mean.
really quick, I do like the fact that you can use expand on lock screens. Like I
Yes.
feel like I have
Yes,
so
yes,
many
yes.
photos that I would make a great lock screen if it was a little
Exactly.
And it
taller.
just
So
doesn't-
things like
yeah.
that are really nice.
Yes.
That's true.
So I'm with you on that.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Well, I think the only ironic part about the presentation was when they first said, we want it to be tools for you. And the photo part kind of feels like that. But then Image Playground's the complete opposite of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, didn't we just talk about how we want it to be tools? But hey, here's your face and now you're on a dragon.
Yeah.
Playgrounds though.
But like to me, it's
She
like
said it's
Playgrounds
it's
though.
called
but it's the
Playground.
thing. The thing to me is that
It's-
other platforms might put it into the gallery app, but then this is like kind of like taken away, which I guess is nice.
Maybe they're separating
Maybe
for that
maybe
reason.
it's because if no one ends up using it, they can get rid of it.
True. No, literally. That's a
I'm guessing.
spitball
Devil's
in
advocate
here.
on that one.
But I'm also the person like that's not using that at all. you
Yeah.
know? Like maybe there's power users out there.
I just thought it was a little bit like ironic in that sense. It's like, oh yeah, we don't do that, but
Andrew
here's
uses
full
Playground.
image generation.
Get the hell out. Nah.
You don't?
No.
I'm shocked.
What? Why? That's the worst. Why?
Say that
The
again.
worst app on like.
Stop. I just
Apple's
thought
platform.
that I don't know. I feel like, Andrew, you give everything a fair try.
I do, and
So- and you did.
I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna put this in the video. Okay.
Clip it.
Have that pan in.
I'm gonna open Image Playground and show you why I'm never using this app. Okay?
Really? I'm kind of
Okay.
shocked by this.
Just never
I
used
said,
image
let me
generation.
see.
Yeah, that's
let me
the
see.
thing.
Let me see me at the gym.
Oh no.
Oh, this is so good. Please show me for. Oh,
Why do I have 3 arms?
Okay.
Okay.
actually,
That's the back rooms. He's in the back rooms.
Okay, but it might be better now in the new model.
Redo that again in the new model and let me know how that goes.
What is this?
I mean, they
That's
have
your
your
little
head
child.
front and center.
Are you being serious?
Is that
though?
a push-up? What's
What?
happening? Or did you fall
It's-
and need that extra hand to help you?
I don't know.
Well,
exactly.
That's
I'm
insane.
inserting.
Wow.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I have no use for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have a few minutes left. Let's hit this other platform that I love a lot, Apple Vision Pro,
Oh, yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, let's
Said
do
it.
it.
I updated yesterday. I bring my Apple Vision Pro with me when I travel.
Wow, you're
Man's
so
got
cool.
space.
You got space. I literally don't
it's
have
impressive
space.
you were able to pack that.
Nah, it's
Wait, you
it's
checking
not
the
as-
bag in?
I never check it bag.
Wow.
I never check.
Wait,
No,
so you
how's
carry
your
on a
clothing?
backpack.
You wearing the same shoes every day.
I wear the same shoes
There
every
it
day.
is.
Okay.
That's okay.
But to carry, I bring the same shoes. How the hell are you fitting everything
Listen,
in there?
here's how it goes. You take the battery off, of course, right?
Yeah.
You collapse. So what I do is I take one of those those headbands, those cotton headband, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I take a couple of those. I put it inside the Vision Pro where the eyes cameras are
Okay.
to
Yeah,
protect that.
protect the lenses.
Then I collapse the headband right on top of that, and that's it. I just put it right in there. and I put the cover on it.
Okay, so
on
you're
the
obviously
front.
not taking the case.
Right, I don't know.
You're about to say,
Got it.
It's literally just the
Okay.
Vision
Yeah,
Pro.
no, the
just
case is
Vision
Just
Pro.
the thing.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
highly, it's very protected,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I just wrap a T-shirt around it. Boom, done.
Okay, got
So
you.
you be on the
Okay.
plane, like watching TV as like a stewardess comes by.
Only on like international travel.
You're not
Otherwise,
doing it
I just put it in my. Yeah,
Turn, you
I
see
just
the
put
eyes
it.
like, I would
Yeah.
love a drink.
Wouldn't it be so
Jesus,
cute?
please.
The eyes are always like,
No, I was on a trip the other day, and they were giving out like the warm cookies. I was traveling to China, and the dude just passed me. I was
Subtle
like,
flex.
you're
"Yo."
like, I can see you.
He's like, "Oh,
Full eyes.
I thought you were asleep." I'm like,
Full eyes
Come
come
on.
on.
Right.
Look, I'm blinking.
"I'm watching a movie right now. I want a cookie."
I was big Spider-Man.
So funny.
Miles
Okay, but
Morales.
yeah,
So
they
a couple cool things.
Cool updates.
Yeah.
Number one, the new environment. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
3 new things. Number one, the new environment they put in there. I think it's like Norway or something, but like
Pretty.
you're in like these snow mountains with an actual like a moving stream next to you.
Sick.
Which is really cool. It's like one of the best ones. And then at nighttime, if you turn at nighttime,
Yeah.
Aurora Borealis like appears. So it's like you're just standing.
Oh, that's
Northern Lights
cool.
everywhere. It's a really nice one.
You already checked that out?
I checked it out.
Yep, thank you.
It might be the best one. In the daytime, the water is like flowing, and then when you turn at nighttime, it freezes.
That's
So it's
such
like,
a good detail.
but in the daytime, if you put a movie on
Yeah.
and you expand it to like full screen, it's like so reflective in the water. Like the effect, it's like
Really?
ray
That's cool.
traced. It is so good. It's so good. Second, you can make your own personal environments now
Yes.
by using your panoramic photos.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
Which
that
is
is
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't go like 360 degrees all around you.
Right.
It's more than 180, maybe like a 270.
Yeah.
This way, but it does like try to make it 3D-ish, so you can
So like you could do your room.
do your room.
That's kind of cool.
I have one in an arena,
Okay.
and so like I did one in an arena, and I can see like I can tell it doesn't look like a flat photo. Like it's like there's people, and there's like space,
That's
space
wild.
to it,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is really cool.
How's the Siri orb?
The Siri orb is
saw
it's,
that.
It's
Yeah.
cool
Because
because
look at it and talk to
yes,
it.
you just
I do
look
like
at
that.
it,
That's
speak to
fire.
it, and whether it's something digital or real life or a combo, you can ask it about anything. Like,
That is cool.
I don't know, does this mixing bowl fit this recipe in Safari that I'm looking at? And it can
Really?
like, yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
That's
So
some Jarvis
it's
stuff.
very interesting.
Yeah, that is cool.
Now, obviously,
Computer gotta make that.
that it feels like it's a tease. That feature feels like it's a tease for a new product that
For something
very
slimmer.
rumored. Yes, slimmer,
Yeah.
smaller. Just looking at something. Hey, right?
Hey.
If we're gonna have these glasses come through, we're seeing like the underpinnings of it starting now. By the way, did you see yesterday? Anytime Apple releases a new beta, like the highly technical people like dig into it, and they found like how many degrees is your device folded? Like how many degrees
Yeah.
of fold is there?
Yeah.
And what is the angle or whatever. So it's basically like foldable stuff is coming because there's already code in there showing.
Well, they also showed the expanding.
Yeah.
Expanding what?
Like in developer, they added like easy ways to
Yeah.
Expand.
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
your
Oh, I wasn't
canvas,
thinking
for
about that
example,
one.
and it looked exactly like
Yeah.
that form factor.
Yeah.
Do you use the iPhone mirroring on Mac?
Yeah, no, they make it go wide now.
Yes, but
I'm
not,
like, whoa,
but
now.
not just when you make it go wide, it changes the app from like the
Yeah,
iPhone version to
the
the
iPad
iPad version.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because the iPad version is not installed on your phone. So Apple is auto.
We're cooking something up.
Come on, I like it.
I think
Spoiler.
something may be coming.
Yeah. Something might be on
My
the way.
spidey senses
knows?
are tingling.
It's gonna be a fun year.
It is
Yeah,
going to
it
be a fun
is.
year.
All right, before we get out of here, just want to know final thoughts. WWDC, was it a win? Not too exciting. Was it a loss? How are you feeling? I know you're. Take
Yeah.
away the excitement of being here for your first time. Looking at it analytically. where
I
you
think
at?
excited for being here the first time. I think if you look at last year and previous updates and this year, this one felt like exciting from an AI perspective, but a big house cleaning type of update from a lot of it as well. So I would say I'm kind of right in the middle in terms of excitement. There's like for sure things that I'm excited about. There's other things that I was like, it's like overdue. So I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you use the AI? Like, do you feel like
I
you
think
will
so.
incorporate?
I think I'm going to start using it without really realizing it.
Okay.
Like it's going to become part of my day-to-day, just asking things.
I think it's a win, but it is different. That's like my stance on it. It's different than the years prior. This is like my third one. So like I don't have like 20 dubs
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Andrew. But,
Right.
you know, this is my third one. I know it's different. So I'm kind of trying to look at it with fresh eyes. But there are lots of takeaways. And I think there's a lot of things that they're doing that seem subtle but are really going to be useful to an everyday user. So that's what makes me excited. So like, no, it wasn't like one of those things where you're like, got your camera out the whole time trying to film every new feature. But I think for functionality, it is going to improve a lot. So I'm happy. It was a win for me.
Do you feel like you're going to use the AI?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not overuse, but I do think I'm going to use it because I already do use AI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like verbally, you'll talk to Siri now. That's what I mean. Like,
Oh.
will you be like, hey, what am I? Blah, blah, blah.
We also have 1 minute.
Yeah, I think so.
We're not going to explode. We're good.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think I will. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think I don't do that often with any device. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I think I will give it a try.
Okay, Miles,
Yeah.
how about you?
At first, I was indifferent about it. As I dive more into it, I'm more excited about to see how the features will help on daily use cases.
Yeah, exactly.
Because to me, updates don't have to be drastic. It's if it makes my daily life easier,
Yes.
then I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot of companies are going the way to say, we're building AI, but not as much in your face, but ones that you actually will notice from day to day. And that's been hard because I feel like everybody's been trying to figure out what that is. And now we actually have hardware that can utilize our information efficiently and give us what we actually want rather than having to tie everything in and hopefully it works with somebody else's service. So yeah, I think it's going to get better over time, especially when you combine all the products with the new OS on it.
Yeah.
You using AI? Talking to it?
Oh, I mean, I use like Gemini all the time. If I
All right.
do that with Siri, I'm going to do it.
For sure. Excellent.
I'm going to do it.
I'm all about the house cleaning, like Joe said. Like for me, knowing that my devices are going to be faster and more optimized, less buggy, is like that's day to day, right?
Yeah.
That's day to day stuff. The AI stuff, I'm very interested in it as someone who loves technology, but I often forget to do it, or again, don't know what to say sometimes because it's like, I don't know what to ask. I want to use you. I don't know what to ask you though. I'm pretty much good.
It's there if you need it.
Yeah, it's there if you need it, but I think
Ask it to ask questions.
using Apple devices over the next year or starting in September is going to be a much less frustrating and much more fulfilling experience. So
There we go.
I'm good with it.
Sweet.
All right, we're out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.